Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's More! Yes, let's do more of this! Yes! Ha ha! No! Welcome back to more Let's Mess Around on Mario Kart Double Dash. Now, last time, we had some fun reminiscing. We had some GameCube Day reminiscing. That was all good fun. I enjoyed it very much. It was enjoyable. Let's try out our new car, actually. Let's go for this. This looks awesome. Very nice. Very cool. I like it. So, we had some reminiscing. I guess we'll, yeah, let's just move on to the next track. Let's go for it. About the GameCube days, and how awesome the GameCube days were. And I figured, you know, I've done a Game Boy Advance game, Sonic Advance, but I never really talked about the Sonic, you know, not the Sonic Advance days, the Game Boy Advance days during that LP. So, seeing as I never really talked about the Sonic Advance days during that LP, I think it's only fitting that I talk about a bit of Game Boy Advance here. I think that would be kind of cool. Kind of cool thing to reminisce about, GBA. And how I got GBA, you know, when that sort of happened for me, and all that good stuff. So, let's talk about it. Okay, so the Game Boy Advance days. I remember the day really vividly, actually, the day that I got it. I was actually ill from school. I think I had some kind of cough or something, or some pussy illness that I got my mum to take me off school for, because I was complete, you know, wuss at the time. Obviously, probably still am, let's be honest. But I was really ill that day. I wasn't, you know, ill to the point of where I had to stay in bed all day and such, but I was pretty ill. And being as such, I decided to tell my mother to go out to the shops with me and to buy the Nintendo Game Boy Advance, which a lot of my friends had already bought, and I was kind of one of the last few people to get one. Ouch! That hurts. So I was like, you know what, Mum, can we go out to the shops and get it? And you know, I really had to nag her a lot, because back in those days she still was not a very high advocate of video games and such. But she knew I enjoyed them, and she knew that I had to get this Game Boy Advance because it was the new thing, the new Nintendo product. Everyone has to buy the new Nintendo product, obviously. Oh Jesus! I'm trying to get across the top there, can't quite. So we went out to the shops, and we went around a couple of places. I remember going down the road, and we went to Woolworths. It's really funny, because Woolworths is now non-existent. Shame that Woolies got taken down. But Woolworths, in fact, was where I got my Pokemon Blue version. Woolworths in London, in Harrow. If anyone knows that place, that's where I first got my Pokemon Blue, was in Woolworths. And I also, I believe, picked up the Game Boy Advance there. I can't remember now. Now, I know we went to two places. I know we went to Woolworths, and we went to... where did we go? We went to Woolworths and, I believe, PC World? I think it was PC World. That was kind of the area, the vicinity we were in. I can't believe I just missed that star. Jeez, I can't believe I just missed that star. So gutted. So, yeah, it was kind of in that vicinity of Woolies and PC World. But I can't quite remember which one it was. It was one of the two, though. And we went around, and we got there, and I picked up the Game Boy Advance, and I was like, come on, Mum, I want to buy this. Come on, let's get it now. And I think we talked to the guy, and I wanted the white one or something. I can't remember what colours they had, but I wanted a colour. I wanted the solid purple, which was the standard GBA, was the solid purple colour, but they only had the see-through purple one, so I was like, you know what, the see-through purple one looks cool too. There's not much I'm going to be, you know, doing about it, so I'm decided I'm going to get the see-through purple one. I might as well, because, you know what, see-through purple is still snazzy, and to this day I actually prefer the see-through purple to the solid purple. The solid purple wasn't really much cop in comparison, but back in those days I thought it was, you know, that's how I thought it was. But in any case, I pick it up, and I actually got a game with it, which was Spyro. Now, Spyro was a game that both my friend and I played. A very excellent game. Spyro the Dragon on the Game Boy Advance. I think it was the Seasons, something about to do with Seasons, Spyro Lord of Seasons or some crap. But it was really cool, because it was kind of like rendered 3D. It was kind of on a sort of 3D viewpoint at an angle, kind of sort of Spirit Tracks-esque, Phantom Hourglass-esque, but with, you know, less polygons and such, and you know, less shiny sort of DS graphics, but that kind of angle on it. And I'd always loved the Spyro games because, as I said before, I had a PlayStation in the past. I'd had a PlayStation 1 and I did own Spyro the Dragon 1, so I'd always enjoyed the Spyro games. But this was kind of different. It was sort of, you know, like more of a, I mean, all Spyro games are collectathons, that's a given, but it was kind of an interesting game. You know, we both managed to get to the second world, and in the second world there was this boss at the end who neither of us could defeat. Like, he was really difficult, and we were quite young at that time, so, you know, defeating bosses was not really our thing. So he was difficult to defeat, and we never really got round to beating him. To this day, I still believe I own the game, but I never got round to beating him. And there were lots of games like that, you know, that kind of happened. Jackie Chan, the video game. Remember the Jackie Chan cartoon series? That was great. I really loved it. Uncle! Uncle! Better do what Uncle says! And one more thing! One more thing! Uncle! Oh god. So many memories of watching that show. In any case, the video game was fucking awesome. I loved it. It was just basically a side-scrolling beat-em-up. It was so good. And you had bosses and stuff, and I got through like 5 or 6 bosses. Then we got to this, I remember coming in one day in chapel and telling my friend that I'd beaten the boss. I can't remember what world it was the 6th boss or something. I remember coming into chapel because we were in choir, and going to chapel and sitting in the choir stalls and telling my friend about it. And being like, yeah, last night I beat that boss guy, the level 6 guy, and he was really hard, and I beat him, and I was really impressed with myself. I can't believe, I think that was a password system, that Jackie Chan game. I can't actually remember, but I believe it was a password system. And it was really fun. I enjoyed it. It was good times. And you know, there were other games on the GBA which were excellent. Now, what I forgot to kind of finish about my story was, I actually remember what I had for lunch on that day. We were in Sainsbury's, I believe it was, and Sainsbury's did some good food in the day for, you know, kiddies such as myself, young children. So it was all good fun at Sainsbury's. You know, they did all their kiddies menus. But you know what? At this time, it was also a new thing on that day. I decided to try Tuna. Now, I had tried Tuna before, but I was never really a fan of it. So, you know, it was kind of a day of new things, getting a new GBA, getting a new Spyro game, trying Tuna. It was all a good day. So I had a Tuna baked potato. And I remember that, I don't know why, but I remember this really vividly. We were sitting in Sainsbury's, and I was eating my Tuna baked potato. And I was just sitting there. I was eating my Tuna baked potato while playing my Game Boy, which was kind of hilarious because, you know, I think like I was kind of like a child who needed to be doing something while eating. I kind of still am like that, like watching YouTube videos when I eat a lot of the time. It's kind of what I've been doing. But a lot of the time, I do that. Anyway, what was I saying? Tuna and baked potato. Fuck. Just had to rebound at that exact angle, didn't it? Just had to. So, yeah, I tried the Tuna and it was good, and I was playing the Game Boy. But what I remember is that my friend, who also played Spyro with me and who played Jackie Chan with me, him and well, he wasn't actually there, but his mom, somehow we bumped into his mom. His mom was sitting behind us. It was hilarious. His mom was sitting behind us at Sainsbury's, and we only just realised. We sat down and everything, and we didn't even realise she was there. And then we kind of like we stayed there for like 10 minutes or so before we realised that she was sitting there. We're like, what? So yeah, she was there, and she was like, oh, so you're not at school today? I was like, no. It's like, oh, but you have a Game Boy now. I was like, yes. It's like, oh, you're not at school, but you have a Game Boy. And you know, just the way she said it was kind of like, you know, I was kind of bunking off just to play Game Boy and stuff, and I kind of, you know, felt guilty, but you know, I didn't really care. And then it was like, it's like, oh, well, you know, he went to school today, my son went to school. I was like, okay, whatever. I was sick, okay, you know, can't do anything about it. Not really my problem. But, you know, it's really weird, after so many years, I remember that one thing so vividly, me eating Tuna baked potato while my friend's mum turns up behind us at Sainsbury's. Really crazy stuff. I can't believe it's one of those really weird things that you just have such a vivid memory of and never really goes away. and I guess now it's here recorded for all time. So if I ever do forget it, well, let's go down here, because I remember there's a shortcut down here. We haven't been down into the bay before, and we go up here. We get a double block here if we go up this bit. Kind of a cool shortcut, I guess. But yeah, I guess that's kind of what happens. You know, you remember these things, and you never really write them down, and then, you know, it's going to be recorded here for all eternity, I guess, on YouTube, in a Mario Kart video of all things. Amazing. Well, GBA was a great system. Definitely one of my top, you know, top systems, if not the top system. Because I'm not sure, I think DS may have overtaken it, but it was definitely for that age that I was at, and you know, the games that I played on it and the stuff I enjoyed. Absolutely amazing system. Of course, you had the new Pokemon games, because we're all Pokemon obsessives, of course. I kind of fell out of touch with Pokemon between Gold and Sapphire. Kind of because, you know, that's kind of what happened, but you know, it came out and I still got Sapphire, you know, enjoyed it. And then after Sapphire I had a really long spell where I completely fell out of love with it. I just didn't play it at all. And it was my friends who kind of got me back into it. They were like, you know what, this Pokemon game is still good. I don't care if, you know, it's marketed for 8-year-olds, it's still good. You know what, it's a game that, you know, 8-year-olds can't play online, because they don't have the mental capacity for the meta game. So, you know what, it turned out to be quite an adult game in the end, didn't it? It really did. So, kind of funny that. But, you know what, the Game Boy Advance, definitely one of those top systems. Especially, you know, late on in the Game Boy Advance's sort of cycle, because there were some excellent games that I was still getting for Game Boy Advance even after the DS came out. Most notable one was Fire Emblem: The Sacred Stones, which I have gone on record to say many times is perhaps one of my favourite games of all time. I think the first Fire Emblem, in terms of story and everything, is actually better, but because I don't know, maybe the first Fire Emblem I would say is I'm more inclined to say that it's my favourite. But the second one was definitely the first GBA one that I owned personally, and the first one that I completed myself. First Fire Emblem game I went through and sort of completed, which is why I find it, you know, so I just got me into that sort of franchise, and which is why I went back and played the first, because the first experience I had with Fire Emblem, I probably shouldn't say this. I'd probably leave this for a later date when/if I do a Fire Emblem LP, which I hope to do. If not now, then I will do it eventually, and hopefully just try and make it more entertaining than any other Fire Emblem LPs have been in the past, because I don't know how entertaining they've been. But you know, Fire Emblem is one of those games which I've always loved. It's been great, but I think perhaps the greatest game that the toughest game that I've ever completed, and perhaps my favourite game on the Game Boy Advance, has to be Metroid Fusion, without a shadow of a doubt. That game was so huge for me, like in terms of the timing that I got it, and you know, everything, and it was kind of like, it was one of those games that sort of drew me in from the very start. I was like, I didn't own it to start off, one of my other friends owned it. He had it. It was during a play, and we all had, like, I was a sort of minor character in the play, and we'd all sort of, you know, brought our Game Boy Colors in, and not Game Boy Colors, Game Boy Advances, and he had Metroid Fusion. I saw it, and instantly, you know, fell in love with it. I was like, wow, what is this game? I must have it. It looks awesome. I must own this game. But yeah, so I guess I'll save all the stories about Metroid Fusion, all the stories about Fire Emblem, for when I do those LPs eventually, because I definitely want to do both of them. I really do, but I don't know when I'm going to do them. It's going to be difficult, and I'm not going to do Metroid Fusion until I have a USB controller, because I refuse to play that. It's such an awesome game. I refuse to play it on a keyboard, so I'm just going to wait until I get a USB controller. It's gonna be good, I hope. But as you can see, we unfortunately did not win, but we got a whole host of second places there, which is not too bad. Second place is always good, especially when you haven't played this game in many years, and generally, as I do, suck at it. So you know, that's not too bad, I guess. I think we're going to be awarded silver trophy here. Yeah, silver trophy. So it's pretty cool, I guess. Enter my name, NBZ, as you do. And I guess that is going to do it for this segment of Let's Mess Around on Mario Kart Double Dash. So I'm going to thank everyone for watching. Thank you all for, you know, putting up with my stories. Hope you enjoyed. I don't know, I just thought that I might as well talk about something else while playing this game, because it's not really a game where you can talk about what's going on. It's just kind of like your race. It's kind of what happens. So, oh, I'm going into some demos here. Oh, you can see some ice level. May as well not ruin that, so I'll click off that and press start. So, I will see all you guys next time on Let's Mess Around on this fun game known as Mario Kart. Thank you very much for watching. Leave your comments, always appreciated, and I'll see you guys next time. So, goodbye.